What's up, Joelinator Club? So, despite the fact that this is not a review, I am still here in my bedroom with my review backdrop just because it seems appropriate for the topic that I'm going to be discussing with you guys today. I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that's been on my mind for quite some time now, in fact, years. I've never really made a video about this. However, I know that it's on a lot of people's minds as well, and I just wanted to get my thoughts out there, and I wanted to hear from you guys in case you guys have any experiences of your own. As you guys know, I like to be as positive as possible. I like to keep my YouTube channel here as positive and upbeat as I possibly can. I mean, I try not to be negative. I try to stay away from negativity unless, of course, I absolutely have to. Unless I'm talking about like a horrible movie or something like that. I love talking about movies. I love movies. I love reviewing them. They are my favorite form of art. I have a lot of respect for the filmmaking industry. Even when movies aren't good, I still respect filmmakers for at least trying, because they, along with the producers and actors, more than likely put all their heart and soul and all their time and passion into this project. So I respect them for that. So as a result, I love going to the movie theater. Granted, I can't go due to the state of the world that we're currently in, but man, do I miss it. As soon as this whole pandemic gets over, I'm going to see what movies are showing at my local theater and go see one, because I miss going to the movie theater. When I go see a movie at the theater, I like to be as respectful as I can. I'm quiet, I'm respectful, I don't text during the movie, and I go see the movie, I watch it, and try to analyze it as closely as I can so that I can give an accurate review for you guys, and then give my honest opinions on it. However, there are those groups of people that really just don't care. They go to movie theaters just to pass the time, and I just can't stand people doing that in movie theaters. And for the longest time, I have taken up the tailpipe, and honestly, at this point, it's getting to the point where I'm honestly just going to try to do the exact same thing. Respectfully and kindly ask if they could please stop talking so that I can enjoy the movie. Now, if you guys are fans of Chris Stuckman, he actually has 2 videos where he talks about annoying moviegoers. If you guys want to see that, go check it out. I'll link them in the description below. I have proof that this does work, not just from what Chris says, but also from one of my own personal stories. A few years ago, when Star Trek Beyond came out, I went to the premiere of it. Now, my local theater will occasionally do premieres. They'll show the movie like a night before it comes out. I don't get to do that very often, but when I do, it's awesome. And I really enjoyed Star Trek Beyond. Now, when I went, it was me, my mom, and my grandmother. Both of them are talking to each other throughout the previews, and I don't want to have to, you know, say anything about that, because if I say, oh, they were talking to the previews, then I'd be complaining. However, they were still talking to each other right as the movie was beginning. I look at my mother, and I tell her and my grandmother, I say, guys, the movie is about to start. I really would appreciate it if you guys would stop talking. And they did. I'm going to give you guys a few stories that I have experienced during times that I've been to the movie theater, and I want you guys to give your thoughts and your stories in the comments. The first experience that I can remember somewhere in the back of my head was in 2015, I went to see Ant-Man for a second time. Now, Ant-Man is an awesome Marvel movie. I loved Ant-Man. I had seen it probably about opening weekend the first time, and then a few weeks later, my mom and my grandmother and I were out doing some stuff, we're shopping, and we decided we're going to go see a movie, so we go see Ant-Man. And for the most part, this experience at the movie theater wasn't horrible, but a few rows ahead of us, there's this woman sitting probably with one of her friends or something like that. I don't know, I was just trying to pay attention to the movie. But keep in mind, what she was doing was not consistent, but every now and then, she would be like, huh? Oh yeah, ah. Now, please don't take that the wrong way, guys. I promise you guys I am not racist. I have friends of many different cultures, black, Asian, doesn't matter. So, please don't take that the wrong way. I'm not racist. It was pretty distracting, and I remember after getting out of the theater, my mom saying that she almost looked at her and went, shh. And I don't blame her. The following year, in 2016, my mother and I went to see the remake of Pete's Dragon. I have a review of that here on my channel if you guys want to go check that out. However, for the most part, this experience at the theater was pretty decent. And I'll be honest with you, I actually did something about what happened at this movie. Basically, like around the middle of the movie, the couple sitting in the row just ahead of us weren't paying attention to the movie at all. How do I know that? Because they had their phone out, and the light from their phone was so bright that it was distracting us from what was actually happening on screen. So I look at my mother and I go like this, I go, do you think I should go get the manager and ask him about this? She goes, yeah, go get him. So I go see the manager and I say, these people ahead of us are on their phone. Can you tell them to do something? So he goes up there and he goes, guys, turn your phone off. The rest of the experience was pretty good, but let me just say, what really hurts me about this is the fact that the theater felt like they were to blame. Now, keep in mind, I've been going to this theater pretty much my whole life. And I have seen many movies there. It's my local theater. Some of the people there actually know me. And they actually gave us, like, refund tickets, or they didn't really give us our money back, but these special tickets that say, like, we're sorry to be disappointed, you use this ticket and you get a free movie or something like that. And I feel really bad because I don't blame the theater at all. I blame the people ahead of us for pulling out their phone. But in all honesty, you're going to a movie theater to see a movie. Keep your phone put away. Before you guys start putting in the comments, man, these stories ain't that bad. They're just kind of disappointing. Trust me, it's about to get worse. 2017, I remember 2 experiences that just boggled me that the people in this theater were behaving the way they were. The first experience for 2017 was when I went and saw Logan. Now, Logan was an incredible movie. I don't think anybody will deny that. You know when you see people coming into a movie theater, you see the way they're acting and you're like, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Well, that was my experience at Logan. A group of, I would estimate, probably college-age guys come into the theater and they don't sit like right next to me and my mother, but they are in the same row. They're like further down, like at the end of the row. And whenever something crazy would happen, for the majority of the movie, I would hear them right over in the same row as us be like, whoa! Oh boy! Whoa! Ah! Do you know how irritating that gets during a really amazing comic book movie? Let alone an amazing movie? I'm hearing all of this and I was mad, man. I was pissed the hell off. I was just steaming. I was just tightening my fist and ugh. Now eventually, probably right around when the climax was starting, they stopped doing that. But oh man, that has to be the most annoying movie group that I have ever seen. I've ever witnessed. A few weeks later, I went to the special premiere of the Beauty and the Beast remake. Now keep in mind, I did enjoy the remake, not nearly as much as the original, but I did enjoy it. Now, my mom wasn't joining me for this one, it was just me and my grandmother. My mom was working. And we were the first ones in that theater, and keep in mind, Beauty and the Beast at the time was everywhere. Everybody was talking about it and blah blah blah. So we were like the first ones in there, and for a few minutes we're sitting there and I'm like, are we going to be the only ones here? Well, this is where this term that I have created comes into play that I call Beauty and the Beast syndrome. You get into a theater, you think you're going to be the only people there, and then everybody in the entire city comes into that theater to see the movie. The children that were sitting behind us, specifically this little girl was so antsy and so completely bored out of her mind that during the movie she would be like going up and down the stairway on the side, holding onto the handrail and doing little moves. And I really wanted to turn around, and say, what is wrong with you? Are you not teaching your child proper manners? Are you not teaching your child proper movie theater etiquette? What the hell? Word of advice to any parents out there, I'm not going to tell you not to take your kids to movies because I understand your kids are going to want to see movies, but know your kids before you bring them in and supervise them. If they're running wild, please get out of there. So, I would like to know from you guys, have you ever had a bad experience in a movie theater? If so, leave me your story in the comments down below. I really don't know what to do about this, guys, but I will say that in recent years, like past 2 or 3 years, movie theaters have started to combat this. When you go to a movie theater, you see all these ads before the movie, and they say, don't use your cell phones, no texting during the movie. They have added some more to that, saying, do not disrupt the people around you by talking or screaming or whatever. And I am glad that movie theaters are doing that. Based on my past experiences, that seems to have worked. But I know that people are just going to ignore that stuff. At least some people are. But like I said, guys, leave me your stories in the comments down below. And if you like this, give this video a big thumbs up and share it with everyone you know. That'll totally help me out. Hey, you just experienced the video from Jolinator96. If you enjoyed it, click right here to see another video. And while you're at it, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll be notified about all future videos. By doing so, you get to join the Jolinator Club.